A new poll shows the Queensland Labor government could be returned with a majority in Saturday's election. Those tuning into the Queensland state election late in the piece would be forgiven for thinking it was Labor versus One Nation, rather than Labor versus the Liberal National Party. And that's exactly what Premier Annastacia Palaszczuk wants you to think. The Labor leader used a last-ditch plea to voters to frame Saturday's state election as a choice between her party and a chaotic LNP-One Nation coalition. In her final formal speech of the month-long campaign, which lasted just 10 minutes, the hopeful premier managed to make reference to a deal between the LNP opposition and the rogue minor party a dozen times. She threw the reference in a few more times for good measure during questions. A vote for the Liberals is a vote for a One Nation coalition led by Tim Nicholls, she told the crowd of more than 200 at Brisbane's convention centre. While almost 750,000 people have already voted across Queensland, for those yet to vote there is a very clear choice tomorrow. A choice between Labor government that will deliver stability and will continue to create full-time jobs, or a chaotic LNP, One Nation coalition that will cut them. Quote, a One Nation-backed minority government has been floated as a controversial but not unlikely outcome of Saturday's vote. While the latest poll has Labor slightly ahead, the final count is expected to be close and each of the major parties may have to consider accepting support from either Qatar's Australian Party or One Nation. Both are expected to gain seats and could leave one party unable to govern in its own right. Apparently confident of a majority victory, Ms. Palaszczuk has sworn not to form government backed by a minor party, particularly One Nation. But opposition leader Tim Nicholls has not been so upfront. The premier has pounced on his refusal to promise he won't form a coalition with the rogue party, and is making a last-ditch effort to convince voters